On the Trinny Taxi Show today we have Erica Davies, who has a phenomenal Instagram following. She has a wonderful site called The Edited, and she is somebody who understands fashion and cut her teeth being the fashion editor with a big team on the Sun newspaper. Since then she's got married, had 2 kids, she writes about a lot of things, she engages a tremendous amount of people on Instagram, and I love following her. So please welcome to the cab, Erica Davies. We first came across each other when Susanna and I did a column with you, running the show basically, but us looking like we were doing a bit of the work for the Sun. And it was when? It was 2007?
I reckon it must have been. I was trying to think about this last night. I think it must have been. So you did the column in the Sun for a couple of years.
Yeah.
And then I did 2 of your books or 3 of your books?
You did. I think you might have done 3. It's kind of amazing that when I first met you, you were probably a very young fashion editor on The Sun. I mean, like one of the youngest fashion editors.
I was the youngest,
Yeah,
I think,
you were. And you were how old, like 26? 24, you see, that's a baby. Anyone looking to be in journalism now, it's like a different ballgame.
Oh my God, the whole industry's changed now,
We'll go on to that later. I think the brief times we worked together, I think I learned stuff from you, and I hope you learned stuff from me.
I learned so much from you. And I think actually that's what has set me in my own style now, because I took so much inspiration from the way you put print and colour and pattern together, and I think that has just sort of set me off.
Oh, I love you say that, because when I look at your Instagram, I just think to myself, I love the way that you put everything together. So is that a tiny part of my vanity? But I do. I love how you put things together, and I love how you speak about stuff.
I apologise, I like a caption.
You like a caption. And the thing is, what's great is, I think some people do captions and nobody reads them, but I think everyone reads your captions. I hardly ever read captions. I always read your caption, and it is probably about 20 lines long. Yeah. But I want to pick up on one that you talked about, and funny enough, I was doing this podcast with Caroline and Nadine and Emma Guns, talking about imposter syndrome, because it's something that I look at all the self-help books with the height of your shoes or something, and I think a part of me so had my moment in time of self-help books, had my moment in time of labels, but maybe because I'm so long in the tooth now, Erica, I sort of don't know, but I don't worry at all. But there was a time when we both, you've had it, I've had it, had this thing where we thought something would tap us on the shoulder and say, you are not qualified to do that job.
Your time's up now, what are you doing here?
Yes. Yeah. And maybe because
you had that? That's so interesting.
I had that because what I did when I was younger is I didn't do many, I did lots of different careers. I mean, I sort of stayed slightly in some fields, so I was always thinking, I'm not qualified enough to do this job. Yeah. And so that really kept it up, and not until I started the column in the Telegraph, but I was already 34. Did I then, no, I was 30 actually. Did I then do something long enough that I felt, I've learned how to do this, I trust myself, I know I have the experience?
Yeah, I think mine was definitely because I was given that job at such a young age, and I'd gone from being an assistant to an editor, managing a team who were all the same age as me. Yeah. And it was sink or swim. I just jumped in at the deep end, and I think actually I'm a person that survives and thrives quite well on anxiety. I think I need quite a low level of anxiety. And then if you ramp it up, a bit, I will just get on with it. It's exactly the same, the sort of daily newspaper training kicks in, because if you give me 6 weeks to do something, I would do it the day before.
We're going to start off with your first little challenge, which is just going to be called Truth or Dare. Yep. If you decide to do the dare, you have to eat some jelly beans. Some of them might taste of vomit. So that's sitting there, okay? If you decide, actually, I'd rather not answer that question. Okay. But you can't wheedle around the question. It's got to be like, pop-pum answer. Right. And if it's not, I'm going to make you eat one. Okay, great. Okay, just so we get the round.
I know that of you anyway.
Okay, then you do. So spin. Yep. Spin it. Yeah, spin the top one. And then stop at any lid. Yeah, and then open it up. That's a little teapot. And then read what's inside.
Have you ever worn an outfit and then returned it? Yes.
Which? When?
I probably wore an outfit that I bought, I think, for the British Television Awards a few years ago, and I had to do a red carpet thing for ITV2, and it was more than my salary was that month, but I put it on a credit card, wore it, and then took it back.
You did, fantastic. And they didn't smell or ask you anything? Febreze.
I do not recommend doing this,
Febreze,
everybody. There you go.
But you put Febreze on and then that worked?
You Febreze it and just hang it up maybe for a couple of days. I don't do this often. I do not do this often.
Okay, that was a very good inside trick. All right, that was good. Okay, I'm going to take that one out. Spin again. I've got 3 of these, you see.
Okay. You were given a £500 gift voucher. Where would you spend it? So hard.
Just more that you do interiors beautifully and you're as obsessed. So I was interested, would you just say, I'm doing it on the house or I'm doing it on the wardrobe?
I think I'd do it on the wardrobe, and I think if I was going to spend it in one place, I think I'd go for an investment. So maybe a bag or some shoes.
All right. I was interested too in your post on fast fashion because I spent a year where all I bought was Zara because I started a business and I can't buy expensive pieces of clothing. And I have some really old, very expensive pieces of clothing. But I did that, and suddenly my wardrobe got much bigger with things that, some Zara things, to be honest, like this Zara velvet trouser suit. The trousers are from 2 years ago, but I'll have this for 10 years.
Oh, you wear
and
that
it
forever.
could be from a really expensive make. So some things fine. But there's a few bits that can really build it up, and it does make me feel, and you have people who say, oh, should you be doing fast fashion? What's your take?
I have battled with this for quite a long time because I do think Instagram has become this very conspicuous pushing of new stuff.
So people buy more because they're seeing it on Instagram?
And they have to have it there and there.
Okay.
And then there's the swipe up function, and people are a bit obsessive about missing out on the M&S dress or the, the Zara trouser suit.
Yeah.
And I started to feel really anxious about that as somebody that was actually doing it.
Okay.
So I started to think, well, hang on, I'm not showcasing a reality that most people can adhere to, that can buy into.
Yeah.
It's not real life. You don't wear something once and then never wear it again.
But I think it's something that as a habit women do, and it just the item that they wear once is of a different value, but the habit is the same.
Yes, and I agree, and I'm not saying never ever shop again. I think what you have to do is what you've done with that trouser suit is just be more aware about what it is you're buying. There's lots of businesses who are very aware of what they are putting out there. They're very aware of their sustainability and their responsibility.
So do you ever work with a business which you know is fast fashion?
Well, I work with High Street, but I think what my feeling now is that I want to go back to my roots of styling. So it's how I can make that trouser suit work harder for you.
As you are looking at making your career is your Instagram feed and partnerships, it's a delicate balance.
I'm not afraid to criticise it though, and I have done that.
All right.
During
and how
a
does that
paid
sit?
partnership.
So do they then call you up and say why?
No, because
sure?
they trust me. I've had conversations with them.
Yeah,
I might give them a heads up and say, do you know what, I'm going to talk about this because I think it matters, and I actually think if I've had that experience in store, I'm not the only one who's had that experience in store. So I'm not afraid to call that out. And moving forward now, if I work with brands, they have to know that I wouldn't do a head-to-toe look in one brand.
Yeah, that would be, and it would be really boring.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, darling, we've got our last question, which is...
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Last question.
Last question. Might be a really easy one.
Which is the book you pretended to read and never did? Oh, I know this one.
Yeah.
The Bell Jar, Sylvia Plath.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And
University.
What was the situation?
I was
Had
at
everyone else read
university
it?
just trying to be pretentious, and everyone else had read it, and I just didn't get into it.
And then how did you kind of pretend you'd read it? So did
it's
you
so
like...
good. I mean, it's just so good, and I probably read the back pages and a couple of the front pages, and then tried to create it.
I mean, one can always do that question. So which was your favourite bit? You ask somebody else.
Yeah.
And let them tell you. So which was your favourite bit?
Yes,
What's
I love
your
that
favourite
bit.
You
Love
know?
that bit.
That was fantastic, wasn't it? Really amazing. It's like when I have this thing when two people, you don't remember their names, you're in a room, you go, do you two know each other?
Yes.
And then they introduce themselves.
I
you
know.
Think, God for that. Okay, it's going to be a makeup look here.
Okay.
And you're going to pick it out. We both have to do it.
Okay.
In under 2 minutes.
Right. So a face.
Yeah.
Create a face.
Yeah. So it means you have to take off now your lip.
First date.
First date makeup.
First date.
So you got to think of what is your first date makeup and why. Don't tell me why.
Okay.
We're both going to do one. 3, 2, 1, go. 2 minutes. So, starting off with my BFF. Just going to rub it in.
It smells lovely.
Oh, God, I'm glad it does. And it should just give you a nice skin tone. Evenness of skin tone. It will refresh everything in the day if you're feeling a bit buggered. And then I'm just going to do underneath my eyes foundation and just rubbing it in.
Keep going to do my pores. My pores are the bane of my life now.
Are they? I've got something for you for your pores at the end. Okay, I've done that, and now I'm going to do my very little natural pores. I'm going to do a little
your eyes then. 1 minute. Oh my God.
3, 2, 1.
Done. Okay. All right, let's have a look. Let's put your thing up. Okay, so tell me what you've gone for. Shit.
Why are you laughing at me?
No, what have you gone for? What have you gone for?
Why are you laughing
No, because
at
I'm
my
just thinking,
face?
what have you done? What have you put on your lip? You put on Shasha.
I've put on Shasha.
You put on Shasha.
I wanted to go for more of a neutral look.
More of a neutral, yeah.
So kind of, I'm not making an effort because I don't know if I'm
you're
going to
not.
like you on the first date.
Okay, I've got that too.
And
I'm rubbing in the blusher for you.
I would definitely not do a red lip on a first date because
okay.
that's too sexy.
Yeah.
So I've gone for a kind of pinky thing, the Shasha,
Yeah.
which I've then added onto my eyes and cheeks, and then eyes. I went for which one is that?
Empress. Yeah, which is a little
Which
bit
actually I love.
I know, and it goes on really quickly.
And it's got a sort of burgundy base, which I really like.
I know.
Burgundy brown.
You look flushed in a way that's quite
I
exciting
think that's
for a man.
I think that's being in the cab with you.
Okay,
though.
and then I'm going to finish you off with our Miracle product.
No,
which is Miracle Blur, and you can just use.
Oh, is that for the pores?
Yeah, this is for the pores. Just take a little bit in your finger like that.
So when will this one be launching?
In 10
is this
days.
an exclusive?
Yeah. And this, you just take a tiny bit.
Yeah,
So where your slightly bigger pores.
Yes.
So I will do that. It's incredibly good for lip lines. So I use it
Okay.
for my lip lines, but it will just blur. Do you see it's blurring bigger pores and lip lines?
And it feels really cushiony.
It's very, very cushiony.
Oh, that's great. So that's also good if you've got maybe slightly lined across your top
Lined
lip.
across your top lip, it's what it's made for, and it just will diffuse everything. So Face Finish is our mattifier, which is here, so that takes off shine. So if
Which
you go
I
like
also
that,
need.
and you can just take off a bit of shine on the forehead. So I just rub that on my forehead, and it will just reduce it, so it absorbs oil. So you've got your top 5 products. Tell
Got my
me what
top
they are.
5 products, right?
Okay, here we go.
I love skincare.
Yeah,
love
good,
skincare.
good, all right.
Okay, so I'm obsessed with Votary.
Oh, you are? Okay, I like the lemon and neroli toning lotion.
This is
and
almost
you've got
run
the
out.
cleansing oil, Votary.
Cleansing oil.
Yep.
So I will cleanse with something else first.
Yeah.
I listen to Caroline Hirons. I
Yes.
double cleanse.
Yep.
And then I finish off with this, but my skin really likes it.
It does. Okay, my skin didn't like this.
Okay, that's interesting.
Weirdly, it loved other products of Votary, and it loved their night sampler with the retinol.
Yeah.
But it didn't like this because I don't like a cleansing oil to clean my skin. I do a balm. But
Okay.
anyway, I do a balm and an exfoliator. But it's a beautiful brand. Love the
yes,
brand.
I do love that.
Yep. All right. I'm not going to take it home without it.
Drunk elephant.
Yeah. You see, I never. Okay. Tell me. I mean, Pete, you're the second person to bring this vitamin C out the bag.
The vitamin C, because you can mix it in with other products.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that it's a vitamin C.
Yeah.
And I have noticed a massive difference with my skin.
Have you not used
glowing.
vitamin C much before?
No, not really.
Oh, but then I can see you love it. I've used vitamin C for as long as I
Well, I can
But then
remember
it's
you
a very nice.
Yeah.
Then I think you've made a fantastic choice because it's quite like CE Ferulic from SkinCeuticals. It's a little bit stickier and runny, weirdly. But I think it's an amazing brand.
Yes.
Just came over here. They now sell in the UK, and they have made their prices less because they made their prices a bit too expensive in Space NK, and then they realised they had to make the price the same as in dollars. And they brought the prices down. Thank God, because otherwise a very bad decision on their part.
And they then reimburse people.
They did,
which I think is a really
good thing.
clever business
Yeah, that
idea.
is good, yes.
Paula's Choice.
Which one?
This is the 2% BHA liquid salicylic acid.
Yes. You've got a slightly oilier skin, haven't you?
And that is perfect. And that is a recommendation from Nadine.
Fantastic. Paula's Choice, PHA salicylic acid combination.
Great for enlarged pores. Gets right in there.
Very good for enlarged pores. So many of my followers have enlarged pores. Okay, great. And?
Kate Somerville, Wrinkle Warrior.
Okay, so what's in it?
This is a 2-in-1 plumping moisturiser and serum. So this one is great just for the morning. I use this in the morning.
Okay.
Just a little bit.
I don't like this product. I haven't used it. Let me just try it.
Do you like her stuff?
I like some of it, yes. I like some of her vitamin C. Since she's been taken over by L'Oreal, I'm not sure if I like the ingredients so much because I knew her 15 years ago. Yeah. So I'm just not sure, but... And it has that kind of, I'm being really honest with you, but it has that chemical,
it does have a chemical
smell that I associate with a lot of brands that are a part of a big corporate brand.
Okay.
So that's what I feel about it. Yeah.
You are so knowledgeable about it.
Yeah. Lixir I love. You'll bring out Universal Emulsion, which is phenomenal. The vitamin C paste, even better. This is gorgeous.
Yes.
This is like the nicest thing in the last 2 years.
And and the packaging and everything. But I am running out of this, and desperate for that.
So vitamin C paste by Lixir, and the lady who developed the Ren skincare range actually went on to do this. She's a dermatologist. She has 5 products in the range, and there's a universal emulsion, which is a fantastic moisturizer. There's the electrolyte cleanser. There's a
Which
PHA
is fabulous. I love the cleanser.
night switch thing. So great, lovely choice.
And this is Lindstrom, the blue Cocoon.
Blue Cocoon, yeah. Which I discovered from
Caroline.
From Caroline,
I mean, look at that.
Yeah,
Look at
that's
that.
great. It's wonderful.
So that's just, and I find that
just
so
inhale,
relaxing.
yeah. This is a sort of balm mask, but it's really similar to Josh Rosebrook too. He does a Vital Face Cream, which is blue as well. And it's just something you put on, and it starts as a sort of paste, but it turns into an oil when you rub it in your skin. It's divine.
So
divine.
I love that.
Very nice choices, darling.
Thank you.
There you go. Where are you going in the full street?
Can't I stay and chat?
You could stay and
all
chat forever,
day?
but how hot are you now in this
Yeah,
cab?
quite hot.
I mean, really
yes,
hot.
I'm going to go home now and pick up the kids, and
Fantastic.
it's swimming night.
Swimming night. All right, Michael, are we nearly at Liverpool Street?
Yes, we're here right now.
Fantastic. All right, pull up, and then we can let Erica out because she's going to get out of the cab. It'd be very hot and stuffy to get out. Bye. Bye. Thank you, Michael.